Hello and welcome to the ladies in the living room. The ladies are back in the living room. Hi, Kristen.
Hey, Laura.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Lovely. We're doing the podcast on a Sunday today.
Yep.
We had some scheduling stuff, and Kristen was faring the hurricane in Myrtle Beach. So,
Yes.
but
That was fun.
we are currently back in the living room.
Yes.
We've got lots to talk about. We've got Orange County. We got a little Jaxie news, a little Vanderpump Villa, some other smatterings of stuff. So let's get going, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
All righty. Hi, Kristen.
Hey, Laura.
What
Happy
is
Sunday.
happening? Happy Sunday. We're here on a Sunday. We're never usually here on a Sunday.
I know. Something peaceful about a Sunday, right?
Yes. We are
Yeah.
here and we are ready to get to Orange County. But before we do, our little boy Jaxie Taylor's up to it
Yeah.
again.
Yep.
I just love my girl Brittany because she is mad as hell and she is letting it out. All of Jax's lies. Okay, so
Yeah, this is interesting.
this is really interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so first of all, I thought Jaxie baby was supposed to be off in the mental health facility, wherever that may be.
Right.
But however, he is now. Here's the thing. So here's the thing. Here's the story. He put a thing out on his Instagram, I guess, and it was like, "Hey, everybody, I'm on Cameo, and you can help me out. I'm gonna." Be donating to sorry, I can't even say it. It's Monday. Esophageal cancer, because obviously that's really important to him. Well, not everybody knows that your father died of esophageal cancer. I got it out.
Right.
So, and he was like, I'm going to be donating to the esophageal. Here we go again. It's really testing me on a Sunday morning after cocktails last night. Esophageal cancer.
Yeah.
And then Brittany was like, damn, no can do. And she got on there and was like, Jax, you're a liar. You haven't donated a cent. And I love that she put Cameo. Like, so, A, he hasn't donated.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't plan on donating. But I just love that Brittany is just calling Jax out on all his shit.
Yes.
Wrought in hell. Wrought in hell. Anyway,
I love that.
wait, and I did notice another little thingy. When
Yeah.
he was laying on this couch, I know, and if you watch The Valley, if you've watched Vanderpump, you know that they have black and white chunky striped cushions in the pool house.
Yes.
And he's clearly laying in the pool house.
Yeah.
So is he at the mental health facility? Is he home in the pool house lying about Cameo?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? And I
Yeah.
have to say this. Then somebody came out in his defense, an insider. Okay, I was just reading, and they were like, oh, that video's 3 years old. And I'm like, what?
Oh, God.
I
That's
don't
so
know.
confusing.
But
Yeah.
clearly he was in the pool house.
Okay. So he's not in this mental
I don't know.
health
We don't know. I don't know.
facility
Is it a
or
3-year-old
rehab.
video?
Yeah.
But I guess the bigger point here is that Brittany is just calling him out on his crap.
Yeah, right.
Which I love. Go, Brit.
I see no chance of a reconciliation for those two.
I hope not.
Yeah, I just don't see it
You
now.
know-
I was actually kind of like maybe it'll work things out. Things will work out between them, but I'm not seeing that now.
I don't
No.
want it to.
Yeah.
She just deserves so much better.
She
and
does.
she had that lovely guy on. Was he from The Bachelor on their podcast?
Yeah, I
And
saw
then
that.
wait, and I forget the guy's name, but I
Me
listened to the
too.
whole thing. It was great. He sounds like such a nice guy, and apparently now they're hanging out. He's an
Okay.
ex. He was on The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, or Love Island. Oh,
Okay.
that gives us a lot. But he was. I think he was on The Bachelorette or
Yeah.
The Bachelor.
Yeah.
No, he was on The Bachelorette. And he's so cute. And he
Yeah.
was so nice. He was so anti-Jax, who's a pathological liar. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in Jackson Britland.
Okay.
And then Kristen Doty, of course, retweeted it or re-X'd it. What do they call it now? Because it's X. Redid it too and was
Yeah.
like, you're a liar. I just love they're calling him out on all his shit because he's a liar.
Yeah, he is.
He really is pathological.
Yeah. And aren't they in the middle of filming The Valley right now?
They are.
So this is going to work its way into
it's
the
all
new season.
wrapped up
Yeah.
in a crazy Hurricane Debbie of lies and deceit. Dun, dun, dun.
That'll be interesting.
All right, so tell me about what's going on with the Vanderpump Villa.
Yeah. So Stassi is going to be in season 2. Now, I have never seen Vanderpump Villa. You said you watched.
I watched 15 minutes and barely could get through the first one.
Okay, so it's
The
not
first
great.
episode of the first season, I was like, this is so bad. And then I couldn't go back.
Okay.
But with Stassi, I mean, I think they broke the internet on Friday.
Oh,
did it come out on Friday? I think it did. I think it was this past Friday.
Yeah.
But come on, Stassi's great TV.
Yes, she is.
The Stas. And apparently, I also read that Stassi now has signed a streaming.
Okay.
She signed a streaming contract with Hulu. So not only is she doing Vanderpump Villa, which I would imagine that Lisa was like, please come help me, Stassi. Please bring it to life. But she's going to have a docuseries that's a half hour, and it's called Stassi Says.
Okay.
And then I'm sure there's some other,
Yeah.
she could create. These streaming services are great because they pay a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'll give you sort of like, here, go create.
They give you a
They
platform.
need the content.
Yeah.
So rock and roll. So I'm sure she was like, oh, hell yeah. And I saw that her and Beau and the 2 kids were in Europe somewhere.
Okay. Because if they're
So
filming
maybe-
there, right?
Right.
If they're doing Vanderpump Villa, because that's in the south of France, right?
I thought they were in Italy, but
Okay.
who knows? Maybe they were in the south of France and who knows? But, it's basically just like Vanderpump experiences at the villa and then the living. I can't imagine Stassi, though, with the 2 kids now being a mom,
Yeah.
living with these
Yeah.
younger, I don't know.
Well, in Vanderpump Villa, the little you saw of it, is Lisa in it?
She's in it, but she's,
It's like
again, she's
Vanderpump
in it
Rules
like
where
she's in it.
she's
Yeah, it's a Vanderpump.
in the
It's
background.
a Vanderpump recipe.
Okay.
Meaning,
Yeah.
it's her villa. They're her experiences. She wants to put that experiences to guests that come.
Okay.
But then it's all about these people living and working together. So the only part of the recipe that's not Vanderpump is the fact that they all live together in this villa.
Okay. Right.
So
Yeah. How would Stassi work in there? That's going to be interesting.
Stassi's going to be like the head house mom. Like,
Okay.
get me a Pinot Grigio. Thank you. That's going to be what it is. So, I mean, I don't know,
will
but I'll
be
watch
very
it with the
interesting.
Stas on. I love the Stas. Love
I
the
may
Stas.
have to tune into Vanderpump Villa the first season just to get caught up a little bit, even if it's not great.
I don't think you missed a lot there. And I
Okay.
think it was very clear because she was like, Stassi, help. And then she was like, and I just saw it like on Lisa's Instagram, wherever. She's like, she's sitting drinking champagne. And she was like, I'm sitting thinking about what to put on the menu for next season. And then she's like, the camera pans over to Stassi and she's like, Lisa, goat cheese balls. Come on. What else? And then back. And
Oh,
she's
you
like,
gotta love
see you for
her.
season 2.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what's going on. Broke the internet.
Yeah, and one thing I
least
want to
the
say
Bravo
too
internet.
about this, I'm surprised this didn't make it on Bravo and it's on Hulu. So
Because I think, I mean, Lisa's done so many shows since. I mean, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
She had the Overserved, which I freaking loved at her house.
yeah,
They would all come over and get drunk, and that was great. That was on E.
okay.
So Hulu.
So she sort of goes across all over with
I
different
get
networks.
because
yeah.
I mean, who knows? She's brought them so much money with Vanderpump.
Oh, I know.
Are they really gonna hem and haw there?
Yeah.
Like, Lisa, if you want to go do your villa show, like rock
Yeah.
and roll.
Yeah.
I don't know what the ins and outs are, but she does seem to cross genre.
Yeah.
Because wait, is Hulu? No, Hulu is not NBC. No, Peacock is.
Yeah, Peacock is
Bravo
right.
is
right.
Peacock.
So, okay.
So all right,
all right. So
what else is happening in the
One
world?
other thing I was going to bring up because this was kind of funny because I love Jeff Lewis and I always talk to him. So
Jeff Lewis
Garcelle
Live.
was on Jeff Lewis and she's one
Love
of my
Garcelle.
favorites. I love
Who doesn't
her.
love Garcelle?
And I think, by the way, Beverly Hills just wrapped filming. So it's going to be fun to watch Beverly Hills this season. I can't wait.
I wonder if we're going to hear all about our friend Kyle.
yeah, I think
And
so.
Morgan. Like, just tell us, Kyle.
Come out with
Let
it
us know.
already.
Dorit going
Yep.
through the. So tell us what did Garcelle have to say?
Well, Jeff was asking Garcelle about, Dorit and how she's doing. And Garcelle said she's very activated, or I think what she said was she's on fire this season. I think with everything going on in Dorit's life, the separation from
coming
PK, she's just coming out this season. So I'm really going to be
Dorit is
activated
out.
Dorit. So I always like Dorit.
I like Dorit
Yeah,
too.
I like her
feel like she gets a bum rap.
Yeah, she
might be
does.
annoying, and she might show up 3 hours late.
Yeah.
She might be doing video shoots on, of herself with duck lips for 3 hours, making the other ladies wait while she's getting her Insta photos.
Yes.
But I don't know. There's something about Dorit I like. There's something about her that's charming. And she's just like
her
a little
on the
bit
show.
of a dum-dum lollipop. Like, she's another dum-dum lollipop. Like, she's like harmless.
Yeah, I think she is.
And the poor thing, she was held up in her bedroom at gunpoint.
Oh,
Come on now. There's some part of me, and listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm really not.
Yeah.
But I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I feel like there's some, isn't it weird that like he wasn't home and he was away? Like there were some theories out there that he staged that for money, insurance money. I don't believe that. And this is all allegedly. And that was all what was going on. I mean, the whole thing, I don't think I believe that. But at the end of the day, it was really tragic. And I think Dorit is still coming off it. Now, where is PK? Is he off living with Boy George? Like, where are they living?
Is he like spending a lot of time in London? I know he was doing a lot of business over in London. I don't really know
if we see like
doing, but
if we see now PK dressed as like Boy George singing come chameleon running through the streets of London, we're gonna know why they got a divorce.
Yeah. But I think what was the start of the downfall of their marriage was that he wasn't giving her the sympathy that she needed and the support.
He was just like, oh my God.
She went through that. And I
he
think
was
that
just crying. He came back and he was crying. And I was like, don't cry, PK.
Yeah.
Like, she needs to cry. And then the fact they were at like Kaya and Mo's house, like immediately after. I'm like, the last place I'd want to be is at Kyle's bar at her house. I'd want to be like with my husband.
Just home in a ball.
Like
in my house.
Exactly, in my own house. But she probably didn't feel safe in her house.
Well, that too. I mean, she never moved. That's another thing. So
that was crazy.
That was a little crazy.
All right, so that's what's happening there. Oh, so she's on fire. She's just a girl and
but
she's on fire.
Garcelle also told kind of a funny story that
Who told it, Garcelle?
Yeah, Garcelle was telling Jeff Lewis that she, at the suggestion of Bethany, of all people, she went on a dating app, like, a while back. And Bethany suggested this is like a high-end dating app. You'll meet really good quality.
Raya?
I don't know. I don't know if
Raya's
she
the
named
one.
the
That's okay.
app.
It's probably Raya.
It might be. Okay. And she said that, she reluctantly, I think, went on the dating app and said, I'll give it a shot. She went on it. She had to pay. She said that was a little weird, but I paid for it. And then, like, right away, she wasn't interested and just got off of it. What she didn't do was she forgot to take her payment off of it.
Oh, right.
So
they kept charging her.
and months went by. Her son discovers, because she was having her son look at something on her phone, that she spent $6,000.
$6,000.
Cha-ching. I know.
Garcelle.
Without doing a thing, without meeting anybody.
That's like a low-end
nothing.
purse. You know what I mean? She could have bought herself.
So it's
like a
mid-range
purse.
Yeah. So she was like, I couldn't believe that happened.
Oh, Garcelle.
But it was kind of interesting.
I can't believe Garcelle, gorgeous, delicious, beautiful Garcelle.
Yeah.
The men are not flocking all over this woman.
I don't know how.
And I met her at a History Talks event.
Yeah.
She was so great. I was at, it was not this September, it was the September before. I have a friend that was putting together this concert at the White House, which was amazing. And we went and we saw at the White House Elton John. It was the most incredible experience.
Right.
And then History Channel, he works for history and all these other things, and they put together this really amazing event. And Garcelle was there.
Yeah.
And I met Garcelle, and it was all these, amazing people talking, like Clinton and Bush and Julia Roberts and Tom Hanks. I mean, amazing people.
Wow.
And she was so sweet. I have her picture. I'll post it on our Instagram.
Oh,
Littler Podcast, LITLR Podcast on Instagram. I will post the picture, but she was so nice and so funny. And I think I was doing like, I don't even know what I was doing. I was doing some sort of like just Erica Jane impression, and we were giggling. She was like, I thought it was so funny because I was like,
She's, Erica is
when Erica
easy
puts
to
the baby
impersonate,
talk
right?
out there,
She's got that voice.
So,
Yeah.
in any case, all right, let's get to.
I can imagine her being a sweetheart.
Oh, she was
She
great.
just seems like
exactly
such a nice person
the
in
exact
person.
same. We only talked for maybe 5 minutes, but she was so lovely
Oh.
and so pretty.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And all things Garcelle.
she's
So I
stunning.
cannot believe the men are not just.
How are they not flocking to her? Maybe, and
Flocking.
rightfully so. She's very particular too, and I would be if I were her.
Yeah, she
So,
can be.
She can be.
All right, let's get ourselves. Are we
Okay.
there? Do we have more to talk about? Did you want to mention anything else?
No, I think we can go right into OC.
I'm going to say it correct. The Real Housewives of Orange County, not Ocean County. My God. I am really. What is wrong?
That's okay.
So I got it right.
So this episode number 5 is called Dinner Party Disaster. Simply
was it a
stated, because it was a disaster.
Was it a disaster? Well, we
A little
open
bit.
up at the Balboa Bay Club.
Yes.
It's Valentine's Day for those lovebirds, Terry and Heather Dubrow.
Yeah, having their breakfast with
She-
Heather with her eye gels on.
Oh, and I love how she says to Terry, so in her very Heather way
Mm-hmm.
of shading, she was like, so as you're talking to Terry at breakfast, that Katie person called the paparazzi, and she says she has, that we call the paparazzi, she says she has proof. It was just so funny. And Terry was like, hey, listen, if she knows a phone number, I like getting my picture taken.
Yeah, he
I
loves
like how,
paparazzi,
That was
he
a
said.
nice deflection, though, I thought, on Terry's part.
I
he
think
was like,
so.
Because he was like, because I think it's true.
Yeah.
And I think that Terry was like, listen, if she knows a number, give it to me because I want to call. Kind of like we didn't call, but I'd love to call. Like that's
Yeah.
a nice little roundabout way of
Of
pushing the blame away. But
yeah.
come on.
Well,
now.
I think Terry is a ham.
I love Terry. He's a ham bone.
He's a ham.
He's
So,
full
I'm
on
sure
ham
he
bone.
means it when he says that. Like, I would love the paparazzi to take pictures of us. So it was a good way to deflect it away, to say,
Yeah,
like,
to be like, we would never do
never
that.
do it and then deny
But
it.
give us the number and we'll call.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that was funny, and it is
Yeah.
believable.
It is believable.
But
I bought that.
I don't. I think Heather called. And by the way, Heather's not lying when she says, I never called. I'm like, she didn't call. One of her 20 minions called.
Yeah,
She's
right.
not. So it's not a lie.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Could it be this though? Could it be this? That they never called, nothing happened. They happened to be, where were they, at Disneyland?
they happen to be in a prom pose looking at the
They
birds.
they happened to see some photographers from the distance that happened to be there, and they went, oh, and she's thinking, oh, let's kind of pose here because I see some photographers.
Bullshit.
Okay, I was fine.
Bullshit. However, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe on, Moon
Yeah.
Unit Zappaland. Sure, maybe out there in left field.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I don't think
Do we
so.
really care?
Do we really
I
care?
said this last time.
We
Do
don't
really
care. But here's the thing. The entire freaking show, half of the show, if it wasn't for this stupid paparazzi thing and Shannon's DUI, what's happening on this show?
I know.
Come
I
on,
know.
girls.
Yeah.
All right,
Shannon's
so-
DUI, John Jansen, and paparazzi. So
Hold on a second. So where are we? Oh, Shannon goes over to Katie's,
right.
right?
Yeah. So
They
she
seem to be
so
buddies. They're buddying
buds.
up.
Yeah,
They're buddying
they
up.
bonded. So
Oh, and I thought it was cute that Katie, really cute, she gave Shannon candy and nice flowers.
for Valentine's Day, that was very nice.
That was sweet. I
It
thought that was actually
was.
very, very sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it. I really like Katie as a
I do, but
person.
honestly, I
I
think
think she's a good person.
I don't think Katie's gonna last.
Okay.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Because I think she's normal and
It's-
fun and cool, and I don't think she's gonna make it.
Yeah,
But-
she's gonna have to really ramp things up.
That
this
is
this
just my
season to stay on. but
Prediction, but I believe so.
I don't know.
So Gina and Jen are coming over for high tea over to what's her face's
Heather's.
house, right?
They called it a Galentine lunch.
The Galentines.
Yeah, that was funny.
So where? So they.
So
they
Gina seems like she's on the defense a little bit now because she knows Heather is not happy with her because Gina didn't tell Heather at the time when Katie
Right.
told Gina about
Right.
the paparazzi. Gina didn't give any kind of heads up to Heather, and she knew about it
In
when
December.
she first met her
She-
before Sutton's Christmas party.
Right. She's like, I
Okay.
just wish you would have told me in December.
I wish you would have told. Now, I understand Heather's point with that.
I do.
You know,
I-
Katie,
especially
excuse me,
she-
Gina and her are very good friends. So you're my very good friend. Let me know about that.
But I think Tamra's right, though. I think Gina's terrified of Heather.
I think so.
In a way.
In a way.
And she's a good person to have in your corner. She's also an OC real estate. Like,
Yeah.
Gina ain't no dummy.
Yeah.
She's getting into the real estate. Like, don't make Heather your enemy, for God's sake. She just had the highest sale in Orange County, or the third highest. Or, you know, I'm saying she knows the planet Earth.
That's true. In addition to the friendship, it could affect business for her a little bit. That I didn't think about that.
Gina's
You're
smart.
right.
She's a smart girl. But I
She's
like Gina's
smart.
like, I'm sorry. And then Gina like just said, I'm sorry. And then Heather was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's, I think, all Heather needed
Yeah.
to move forward with her friendship, because she was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I know. But I think Heather still she still looks a little piffed.
Yeah, but, you know, Heather's got that
Or I should
sometimes,
say
that little
miffed.
miffed, irked.
Irked. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
I like that Katie person, just the way she shaded it, you know? So they kind of
Yeah. But yeah, and then with Shannon at Katie's house, they're talking about Tamra a little bit. The paparazzi conversation comes up between them. But you know, there's really not much to this, I think.
right. It's all this
It's just,
sort of,
you know,
yeah, you know, and they were having their little Galentine thing.
yeah, and Jen
And-
is there sort of just hanging out.
No, where? Yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah, no, and then it goes to Tamra and Emily. They're doing like a walk together.
Oh, this was-
First, they're making fun of Jen a little bit, being broke, looking at her broke bank account.
She's like,
Tamra said
Emily was
something
like, you know, I don't know.
They're
I
in
don't.
Vegas.
Was it who said she didn't like people? Who's saying I didn't like people who can't take care of themselves? Was that?
Oh, I think that was
Wasn't that
was
Emily?
Emily.
Yeah,
that
she
was
like,
Emily.
I don't like people who can't. But I agree, Emily.
Yeah.
Because
I love her.
I'm telling you, she set the woman's movement so far. Because
Yeah.
Tamara's like, you know, Emily and I are scrappy. You know, we're out there.
Yeah.
She's like, Jen is not like that. Jen just that doe-eyed blonde, like,
Yeah.
help me, help me. She's sitting in the middle of a field
be
rocking.
my
She's sitting on the beach in the OC.
Yeah.
Help me, Daddy, Ryan. You know, and she seems like a nice gal.
No, I think, you know, the thing with Jen, I genuinely think she is just a good person. But
Yeah, she's a nice
just,
girl.
She's been sheltered, maybe, you know, with her
You
husband's
think?
wealth, and now she's latched on to Ryan. And, you know, as we're going to see, you know, Ryan's got this big scandal coming up. So that's going to
Ryan.
be interesting. Yeah, he was involved with the MLB scandal.
Oh, I had
and
no
money
idea. I don't-
laundering.
Her-
It's a big thing
Well,
that
that's-
was in the news. So.
Well, that is how he's affording that house.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
And not working and just living the life of being out in the sun all day.
Yes. Yes.
What does Ryan do? I don't know. He lives the good life.
We'll
he just
soon
gets out
find
in the
out what
sun and
Ryan does.
exercises. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's how you
So-
make your money. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
dying. I had no idea about
Oh
this.
yeah.
This is coming up.
It's gonna come up.
Oh,
for
I'm so
sure.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
now I'm
Yeah,
excited.
money laundering, MLB.
Oh,
scam,
why
I'll
go on
just say.
TV if you're going to
So
be a
it's gonna
money
be-
launderer?
Oh yeah.
These people are just so dumb.
Oh,
It
my
hurts.
God. Ugh.
But I did like when they were talking, Emily and Tamara, and we were just discussing that. But she
Yeah.
says, you know, Gina stands by Heather no matter what.
Yeah.
And then
So-
Tamara's like, which I thought was so funny. She's like, well, we're all going to be going to Katie's funeral soon. And Emily was like, we should all wear black. I was like, this is their conversation? Like, this is...
So they were giving us a little like foreshadowing, like this is a one and done season for
Oh,
Katie.
Poor Katie.
I feel bad.
Well, she just
I
she
mean,
can't
I don't
take
know.
on
Maybe
Heather.
she'll make it past this season, but
I don't know. I just think
Uh,
she's above it. She's not. I don't think she's going to get that far in the muck.
no,
She's no Vicky Gunvalson. She's
No.
no Tamra.
No.
She's no
No.
crazy Shannon, good Shannon. Like,
no.
she's
no.
a little too even keeled.
Yeah.
And then Gina was like, it's not indicative who Katie is
Yeah.
really, you
Yeah,
know, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. So,
Well,
I don't know.
but then we go to, and I loved this, Emily and Shane having their anniversary dinner.
Gross. Here's what I
Um,
don't know about Shane and Emily. Here's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand. It's like it hurts him in his body to give her a compliment. Like, it's this weird push and pull they have in this relationship. Like, she's like, do you think I look hot?
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Would you marry me 15 years
Like,
ago? Like,
where's the adoring? Where's the, he's like, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like it hurts him to, and then she's just kind of,
He's very reserved, maybe.
I don't think it's reserved. I think it comes off arrogant. I don't get the attraction there. Like,
yeah.
Maybe that's her love. I don't know. Maybe, but I want my man to be like, you're so pretty. Like, you're pretty.
Well, you know, his reaction to the photo, which was gorgeous.
He was just like,
was kind of like, oh, but you know,
that's what I mean. Like,
interesting too?
Everything's, he's above everything. That,
yeah, he's like,
if
oh,
that's not his intention,
you know, I'd be like, my wife, look at my gorgeous wife.
Right. I would even take a Joe Gorga, like, look at my beautiful wife. I would even take that compared to the,
very proud of his beautiful wife.
Like,
But here's the thing, though. Her reaction, now he got her a beautiful
That
new
was
ring.
gorgeous. But her reaction was bullshit.
Her reaction was like, oh, thank you.
That's what I mean. So
I'd be like, this is amazing.
I'd be like, what have you done? My finger can't hold this.
Yeah.
Wait. Like, of course, you would be like, oh, my God, I love this. Thank you so much. Kiss him, hug him,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, that's me. We're not asking them to be me. But now I see that Emily and him, that's sort of their dynamic.
Yeah, I think.
Because he plunks this mother piece of.
But it was like, you know, he gave her a box of candy.
Right.
You
Like,
know,
he
was
gave her a
thank
Whitman
you.
sampler from the CVS, you know, from the Dwayne Reed.
She was very underwhelmed. Like,
He literally put an ice skating rink on her finger. And she was like, oh, thanks.
Okay, well, thank you.
I was like, well, and that was the first time I actually saw the same reaction that he gives her to him. So maybe that's just their 15-year-old. Like, I'm okay, thanks.
Yeah. But I think
That
they
ring was
really
freaking
love each other.
gorgeous.
But it's just an interesting relationship, those two. They have a cute banter, I think. It's cute.
It is.
But it's just
It's not my kind of banter. So
No.
But I felt like if it was, I don't know, something about Shane just turns me the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny. But again, I would not like the joking like that.
Yeah.
Like it's when they brought out the picture, it was wrapped and it said to the luckiest man in the world. And he said, I don't think this is mine. You know? Like, it's funny.
But is he trying to be funny?
It's funny. See, I'm not someone who likes sarcasm, so
Okay.
it's not my thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I love funny. I love funny and all that. It's just sarcasm.
Yeah.
So hard to get right. But it
Yeah.
seems like it works for them. I mean, they've been together for 15 years, you know?
They've got beautiful children, a nice house. I mean,
But it seems like it hurts to give her a compliment.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, I tell it, who do you tell, when she was asking those questions?
Yeah.
And you're like, who do you tell that I'm who do you talk, what do you say about me when I'm not there? And he was like, well, I tell the kids all the time you're a great mom.
And she's like,
you
oh,
You do? But like that's how you fawn over your, I don't know. It's just
know.
not for me.
Yeah.
But if it works for them, I say kudos.
Well, I love Emily. I really
love Emily
her.
too.
So
and maybe Shane will
15
grow
more
on
years
me
to them.
with his big gulps and his burping. Maybe it'll grow on me.
Right. So then we get to Katie and Gina. They're meeting for like a muffin and some coffee.
Who's eating a muffin?
Oh, they were
Katie's
eating a
not
muffin.
eating a muffin.
Okay. I think Katie ordered a blueberry muffin.
She did.
That little tiny thing.
That little tiny. She's not eating that muffin. That is not happening. There's no carbs being had in Orange County.
But she's, they're bringing up the Heather thing.
She was like, I just felt like I was in a weird
hurt.
spot. It
Yeah.
was a weird spot for Katie.
I wasn't expecting Katie
She
to
felt
cry.
abandoned.
The
Neither did
waterworks
I.
started, and I was like,
they weren't really waterworks. They were it was just moistness. I hate the word moist, but I said
Okay.
it was like a moist,
Uh,
but it wasn't full on tears.
was
But
a
I was
little
shocked
bit
to
like
see there was a
that.
little there was a little emotion there.
there was some. I wasn't expecting her to get kind of choked up that way. Though.
Yeah, I
And
was
she
not
did, And I
either.
don't think that Gina was expecting
No,
it.
because I think she was
Gina
like,
was
oh.
I'm always going to have Heather's back. And then she's like, I'm so sorry. Because Kate
Yeah, and
started
then
to
Gina's
cry.
like, I'm not going to
So,
stay neutral, and I'm
yeah.
not going to support you and your BS. And she's like, well, I just felt abandoned.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and
Gina doesn't want to jeopardize her friendship with Heather.
She's not going to
she's-
disappoint
yeah.
Heather.
No. I think
wants her to have
they're
her-
going to be their friendship's going to be in a weird
Well,
spot now.
she goes, I felt terrible. Katie's like, I
Yeah.
felt terrible that she didn't back me on it. And then,
Yeah.
of course, she cried, like we said, which was
Right.
kind of shocking.
Right.
But
right.
Gina apologizes.
Yeah, she does, and I still I like Gina. I think
I
she's
like
a
Gina
good
too.
friend.
I think she's a good friend.
So
she's just
I
like,
mean,
it's
she
tricky.
brought Katie in, right?
It's tricky. It's
So
a tricky situation.
It's tricky. Now here's a cute one who is absolutely
Oh,
adorable. Shannon's dad.
Cute little dad.
Cute little man.
I love that he
with
had
his glass of red wine.
I love that he had his little glass of red.
I know, and he was eating a taco.
He-
A very cute.
Dad
man.
wants tacos. Daddy wants some
I like
tacos.
tacos. And she was talking about the family's drinking history, and it was like more for socialization. It wasn't like there were drinking problems in the family.
But it was funny. She said,
right? She was saying that everyone in the 70s and the 80s had that big jug of wine in their house. I know my family always had it.
My family did not. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh, that's interesting. But
we had that big Gallo wine in our house.
yes,
all the
yes.
time.
Well, if we had,
And the
guests
company came
over, yeah,
over,
Gallo, exactly.
Remember
the
that
big
jug?
bottle,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And
That
but
would
it would
last
sit in
forever.
there. But we were not big drinkers in my house. But I get what she was saying.
Yeah.
I get what she was saying.
She doesn't come from like a dysfunctional alcoholic.
Yeah,
type
it was just like a good
situation.
time. She's like, I'm sorry, we
time.
like to have fun. It's a good, it's a party time. My dad
Yeah.
liked to have fun.
Yeah.
But Janet was talking to her dad, and she's like,
She has a fun family.
yeah. And she was saying she needs a new car that has to have the breathalyzer in it.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What is that? Isn't the breathalyzer just like in a kit? They don't have to install that in your car.
I don't know how that is going to work.
I have no idea how
I
it
think
works.
we saw something in the previews about it, though, that she has to do that. But in order for her to drive, I guess she's going to have to do that every time she gets in the car.
And
Is that right? I don't know.
Well, they do because I remember Luann had to do it, but I thought it was just a thing you
okay.
blew into.
Yeah, something
and it
blow
just
into.
goes like off to the, you have to blow
the-
into it like 3 times a day. Or
Okay, and the police check it somehow? I don't
somehow it goes off to the,
know. Okay.
But
But
and
she
then
brings up, yeah.
and then John and Shannon were drinking all the time, and then she tells her dad that he, he wants $75,000, and she thought it was a loan, and she said, "You fight it, go for the jugular."
Go for the jugular.
I was
loved
like,
it when
look
he
at this old
said
man,
that.
go for the jugular, go for it, Shan. I thought that was sweet that she still has her dad to
Yeah,
talk to.
she's got her sweet dad. And then Tamra is at Alexis's house. And
Right.
really, I gotta say this
They
again.
eat cheese
Alexa
and drink
is
Diet Cokes.
annoying the crap out of me.
She drives me
She's
nuts.
so annoying.
She's just
oh my god.
she's just an immature 16-year-old.
yeah, who's not very bright.
No.
She's just
Ding
ugh.
Dum Dum Lollipop Award.
Really?
Ding Bad Award.
She is the dumb dumb.
You know what?
lollipop.
Tamara's
Oh my
like,
God.
where in a million years did I think I'd be going to eat cheese and drink Diet Coke? In what world does this happen that I'm going over to Alexis's house? But she's like, she's sweet and kind and fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on,
Did
Tamara.
you see in the confessional, because Alexis brought up that she wasn't invited to that golfing event that Katie had.
Right.
And then in the confessional, she was like, no one's more fun than me.
Oh,
and she's like doing
No
this
one's more
jiggly
fun than
thing.
Lexi.
Yeah, than
Lexi.
Lexi.
Who's
Oh,
Lexi?
God. She
Johnny
looked like she
J
was
and
having
Lexi.
a convulsion or something. She looked
She was
ridiculous.
having a mini stroke. Yeah, because who knows?
Nah, it was just, I was like, oh, please, can you stop?
And then Tamara's just going in on
Oh.
Shannon. She's like, Shannon's been upside down for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
called me crying every single day. And she's like,
Yeah.
I always felt sorry for Shannon. And I'm sure she did.
But do you think this is true? What Tamara's saying is that
She
she's
was
been
never-
for her so there. She's been for her
right,
there
and
for her so much, but
Shannon
Shannon's
was
never been there
never-
for Tamra. It may be. Why would Tamra lie about
Listen, I don't know
that?
what their life is like behind the scenes.
don't
But
know.
Shannon doesn't strike me as that tone deaf.
Yeah, right?
Unless she's just been crazy, Shannon.
or she's just so needy and emotional
Right,
that
and-
it's always
and
about you
drinking.
need to help me. And I can't
I don't
really be
know.
there to help anybody else because I've got so many problems of my own. I don't know.
Well, it was also interesting that Alexis was saying that John barely drinks around her.
Yeah,
and
right.
it
And
seems
Shannon blames her drinking on John.
Well, it seems like their whole relationship was around drinking.
yeah, right.
So it's like Tamara's like it's a totally different conversation
Yeah.
with Alexis than it is
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Who knows, like you said, what really went on behind the scenes with all of that. So, but they talk about the 75,000
And Shannon says, no, it's 65.
it's 65, but Alexis has receipts.
The
to
receipts.
show.
Oh, yes, we're coming to the dinner party where the receipts come out. An
Okay.
actual receipt.
Right.
As Gina's like, it's an actual receipt.
But do you think that John Jansen might have been making comments to Shannon about her appearance?
Right.
And maybe saying, oh, you could use some work, or you need something.
Very good point.
And maybe he said, if you want to get some work done, I'll pay for it. Or Shannon said, well, if my appearance bothers you so much, why don't you pay for it? Maybe
that could
it
very
have
well
been
be a
something
comment.
like
And
that.
by the way, you're living in Orange County, where it is
Yeah.
all looks all day. It's like living in Los Angeles.
Yes.
You cannot have an imperfection.
Yeah.
It's the climate
Right.
that you're living in, right?
Right.
And he looks like he takes care of himself, Frankenstein. So she's just trying to keep up. But I don't know on what planet. I don't care really. Unless you have the FU money of all time. Like, doesn't look like John Jansen has that kind of money.
No.
But, like, to be, like, think that us alone is going to just be forgiven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is your boyfriend, and he doesn't have FU money. Like, he's just
Yeah.
like, sure, here's $100,000. Go have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't seem like it was that kind of relationship. So,
Yeah.
Shannon probably should have known, like,
Yeah.
at some point,
This was going to come back to haunt her.
if this ends bad, which did.
Yeah. Well, what Tamra said, you can, when you break up, you can return a ring, but you can't return a face.
Right, exactly. How are you
That
going
was
to,
actually kind of funny.
unless they go get the scraps off the floor,
Yeah, right.
and be like, "Ew, this is Shannon's turkey neck. You can have that. You can sell that on the internet for 25 cents."
But I think some of this facelift that happened had to do with John. He might have been making comments about her
it's the
appearance.
whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole
so-
rotten scene of it all.
So the ladies have their dinner, which Gina, I think, planned this dinner, right?
Gina planned the dinner.
She planned the dinner.
Gina
and,
was when the bartender came in and said, "I'm allergic to assholes."
Yeah,
Was
that
was
was funny.
Was that Gina?
Gina said that.
That
yeah,
was
I'm
funny.
allergic to assholes.
Yeah, because
so.
was she alert? I mean, I don't know. I just got a kick out
No,
of that.
she's great. I know.
And
And it
then
looked like a cool room. It was like a library room.
Yeah,
in this
and it was
restaurant.
in the
very
secret.
Nice.
It was behind the secret case.
It reminded me of Clue. You know
Yes,
that game.
Are you
Clue?
kidding me? My
I'm like,
family played
oh.
that game for years, and every Thanksgiving and Christmas there ever was.
Isn't that great?
Mrs. Peacock in the library.
There you go.
It did have a little Rails vibe to it.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
'cause it was
yeah.
the secret room behind the bookcase.
Yes, right. It was very cute.
Vicky kills Tamra with the candlestick in the
But
dining room.
Vicky made her appearance, and I have to say, I was happy to see Vicky. I was like, "This is refreshing."
And then
Bring
even
Vicky into
even
the fold
Vicky
because
was
she's
like,
gonna have Shannon's back.
Vicky's like, "Are we whooping it up tonight?" And she's like, "No."
No.
And then she's like, "We can whoop it up without alcohol." No, you can't, Vicky.
No, you can't.
Katie's rethinking a lot. She tells Tamra who can sit by who. That was like crazy.
It was
well,
a
Shannon
spider
can't
web
sit
of
by this.
conflict.
Yeah, this one
Yeah.
can't sit by that one, and Shannon can't sit by Heather, and Katie can't sit by Heather and Shannon. And oh my God, I was like, what?
Oh God! But when they sit down, Alexis goes right into it
Yeah,
with Katie
why was
about
I
not
left?
being invited to the
Why
golfing
was I
event.
left out?
But she wanted Shannon to be comfortable and not feel like she was underwater. So that was a good comeback from Katie, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, it
why
was
am I
good.
going to have this, first gathering that I'm planning, and I'm going to bring crazy Alexis into the fold? So
I know. Yeah, it was
Right?
dumb, and it was just like, and then of course. Queen Victoria, I think that was Tamra going, Victoria, a.k.a. Queen Victoria, Vicky arrives. And then Tamra's like, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Shannon looked so Tamra looked so disgusted to see Vicky. She was like,
she was just like, oh, of course she brought Vicky to back her up. You know,
Oh
she
my
wants Vicky
God.
because she wants Vicky to do her dirty work. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
and
I
it was,
love how Alexis says, you're on my turf now. Or
she
what
said,
did she say?
Yeah, Alexis said, look who's in my world now to Vicky. And then they cut to the clip of Vicky
Right.
going, hi, I'm Vicky to her
Yeah.
back in the day with Jim Bellino.
Yeah.
And she's like, hi, I'm Vicky. Welcome to my world. And she was like, yeah, in my world now. She's like, sit down, bitch. She was like, sit down, bitch.
Sit down.
It's not your world.
Well, it's not her world. She's a friend of.
But it's her world because she's the OG of the OC.
Okay, right. Yeah.
She will forever be the OG of the OC.
It's not Alexis's world. It's still Vicky's world. So
and then
shut up.
Vicky's like, I don't understand, Tamra. Alexis sued her, and now she wants to be your friend. Like, what, like.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
she's like the girl. She's like she's Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
cuckoo birds.
She's cuckoo birds.
The girl is nuts. But then the two of them are screaming, "I love you." I mean, Tamra's screaming, "I love you" when she leaves. So
that was really funny. But Tamra goes right into it with Shannon and calls her an alcoholic.
Oh man.
Now that really was below the belt. Well, she didn't have to do that because everyone got quiet. Right? Everyone was just quiet. Well,
Vicky said to Shannon, I give you permission. And then Tamra's like, she doesn't need permission.
Yeah.
She doesn't need permission. And she's like, that's what I said. And then Vicky's like, no, that's not what you said, Vicky. You said, I give you permission. But then she was like, no, that's not. And then she says, Shannon orders the Belvedere soda with lemon.
Yeah.
Because I thought, maybe it would be better if she just didn't order a drink, but nope.
Yeah.
She ordered vodka, but it never came anyway.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, you can have your drink when you're not driving. And then Tamra said, oh, yeah, you're an alcoholic. An alcoholic shouldn't drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right out, just like you said.
Just out there,
And then everyone's mouths were just agape.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. Everyone was quiet.
No one said a word.
Worse. She's like, every freaking day I wake up and I think about what happened. And Tamra says, is that after you had a drink?
Oh, I know.
So she just keeps going.
And then Vicky's like, she can still have alcohol. She just can't get behind the wheel. Ever and ever and ever and ever. I was like, oh, God.
But then Emily comes to Shannon's defense. She thinks that she's changed. Emily thinks that Shannon has changed.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. It's not Tamra's place to call Shannon an alcoholic, I guess.
It's not.
Right?
It's not.
And just a side note here. Gina had a confessional at this point, and she was trying to look like channeling Marilyn Monroe, but it just didn't work. Did you notice that confessional look on Gina?
Hideosity.
I think Gina always looks great.
Gina pissed somebody off that day.
Damn.
They were like, we're going to fuck up Gina's hair.
Yeah, they messed up her hair.
It looked like it was cut, and then it looked like a big bump.
Yeah.
Coming out the side.
It didn't work.
Oh, that was bad. It was like
Marilyn
poor
Monroe
woman's
gone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
not
was
even.
bad.
But I thought it was great that Shannon said, look.
Yeah.
When she looked at Tamra, I mean, it was good. She's like, who made you the judge and jury of what my sentence is? I was like, ooh, go Shannon.
No, it was good.
And then she said, I think of this every freaking day, just like you said, when I wake up and I think about what happened. And then Tamra, is that after you have a drink? Tamra just not letting up. She
is not letting up. Tamra's activated.
Not letting up.
I don't know. It's this is the end of a friendship.
And then
I think forever between the two of them.
I don't know about forever. These ladies can get past a lot of stuff. But then Shannon's like, in her confessional says, well, let's look at Tamra's drinking. She's like, you went dead weight at Nobu. And she's like, that's having a good time. That's not being an alcoholic. That's having a good time. And then Katie's like, this is why I think Katie's not going to last. Because Katie was like, is this what every dinner's like? Off camera. You don't see her. And then Jen's like, yes. So I think the two of them are just like nasty. And then Vicky, God-fearing Vicky, thinks that all this fighting is disgusting.
Well, that was great because then they go to Vicky tweeting about when Tamra was on the Traitors.
Perfect
show for you.
Right. She's like, I'm not a traitor. I'm a faithful. I just decided to vote you two off.
All right. That was funny.
That was great.
That was really great.
That was great. And
Tamra is very good with the comebacks. She really is.
She is. She
always
knows.
been.
She's like a Bethany.
Yeah.
She talks in sound bites.
Yeah.
She knows how to talk in a sound bite. She knows what's going to get it. She knows what's going to make it good.
Yes.
And boom.
Yep.
And then what was Tamra saying? Something like
she calls Shannon a liar.
Right. And she says she needed rehab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why she got backed out of Tres Amigas.
Yes.
Because she was like, I didn't want to do the show when Shannon needs rehab, and I didn't want to be a part of it. And she's like, you didn't go to rehab. You went to figure out why you date bad guys. does Tamra even know what she's talking about? And she's
Oh my
like,
God.
you have to stop. She's like, I've had 2 convos with you on the telephone. You have to stop. Like,
Yeah.
Shannon did keep her cool.
No, she did. She handled herself well.
But she was like, you were drunk every time we talked on the phone. You were drunk. And then she's like, I couldn't drink in my program. You need to stop.
Yeah.
She's already standing up at this point.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she's ready to hit it. She didn't get her Belvedere. I felt bad for her.
Oh,
she didn't
my
even
God.
get to take a drink.
Oh, my God.
And then Tamra's like, lie, lie, lie. All you do is fucking lie.
So she exits. Shannon exits. And the only one that comes after
I
her
thought
is
that was
Jen.
sweet. But wait.
Which was sweet.
But I felt bad for Jen because Shannon's like, I'm really feeling bad that no one came out to see how I am. But
Yeah.
Jen's there seeing how you are. So I felt bad. Like, what is Jen? Chop liver?
She's nobody.
She's
like,
a
nobody
nobody.
came out to
You
talk
know?
to me.
And she's like,
But before she left, did Alexis call her out about the $75,000?
Oh, yeah,
I think that was
yeah.
the final thing that just made her walk out.
right. Because she
Yeah.
was basically like,
Yeah,
you
the
had, you owe him
$75,000
$75. It's a facelift.
Yeah.
A facelift and a loan. And she's like, I have receipts.
Yeah.
And the bank transfers.
Yeah,
and
the
she
bank
was like,
transfers,
Shannon's
right.
like, unfucking believable.
Oh, my God.
Oh, and then Emily, liar, liar, Spanks on fire. Liar, liar, Spanks on fire. But I can't believe. But why was she calling
Emily is
Shannon?
the best instigator.
But why
isn't
was she calling Shannon? But I don't know. But Gina, I love that Alexis hands Gina the phone, like we said before. She's like, these are actual receipts.
Yeah, right,
Like,
right.
I see the receipt.
Oh, my God.
And then and the best part, see, this is the part, the snippet of Housewives that I love. Because
Yeah.
she's like, oh, here's the actual receipt for the facelift. And then you see Katie going, well, she looks great.
She looks great.
I mean, she really looks great. Just like, who cares about all this shit? Facelift
well,
looks great.
the facelift looks
I
amazing.
just thought that was such a cute little funny moment in there.
But that was funny. And Shannon was saying it is not $75K, it's $65K, which we were saying
30
before.
35
So
and then 30.
and then $35,000.
And I was like, for a minute, I
So
had to
I
do
don't
math.
know.
I was like, is that 65? No, she's right. It is 65.
She was paid in installments to get this done. I don't know.
And then you're
So-
cutting back to Vicky, who kept her cool because she
Yeah.
wasn't drunk yet. And she was like,
No.
to Alexis,
Vicky
why,
was actually composed.
why are you discussing, their money, John's money with Shannon? Like, why are you doing this? And
Yeah.
she's like, my BFF, my boyfriend's rep has been demolished by her.
Right,
And there's
right,
a lot
right.
more. There's a lot more.
Yeah, right.
Oh God! And she's like, I'm confident in everything John says. And then they're
Yeah.
like, John's been, just feeding her the lies, feeding her the grooming.
Yep,
But then
yep.
Shannon does allude to something with Jen, like, you don't even know about what John has done.
She
or
calls him a monster.
a monster.
Yeah,
well,
a
he is
monster.
Frankenstein.
Well,
we
he's
know
Frankenstein,
that. We
so
know
that
that
makes sense.
But what could
Yeah.
he possibly? What could possibly be the big secret? And she's like, all I've ever said was the truth about John.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then she says to the producer, if I say that about John, she's like, I guess the producer said, well, what about XYZ? And
Yeah.
she's like, well, don't you think I'm going to be sued if I say that about John?
Yeah, right.
she's
Well,
like,
now
but-
that she knows what he's capable
Right.
of
Well,
doing.
she's like, well, all I've ever said is the truth.
Yeah,
Okay, so what's the truth? Because she's saying you don't even know what
yeah.
blah blah blah. And then Vicky, she's like, all that girl needs is a hug, and it needs a hug, and that it's gonna be okay. But
Yeah.
then Vicky calling out the God-fearing women, like,
Yeah,
what?
I know.
We're all good Christians, and Christians shouldn't be this way. I'm like, what the hell is going on with Vicky?
I don't know.
the devil's daughter herself, right?
But
I don't
also, then Alexis in the middle of all of this, she's saying she would like the ladies, she would like to get along with Shannon. But then
Oh, right.
Emily makes a
She's
really
like,
good
you
point.
can't have both.
If you can't have both, like you're saying to Shannon, look, I got receipts on you, and John is mine, and he's not
Right.
yours anymore.
Like, you can't say,
But then
I
at the
wanna be
same
your
time,
friend.
Oh, but I want to be your friend,
Right,
Shannon.
you can't. That is so stupid. See, that's dumb
That's
lollipop.
dumb lollipop.
That is
Yeah.
dumb lollipop
Definitely.
all day long.
Yeah, right. And even Heather suggested to Alexis to take it down a notch. And
And then-
Heather and Alexis are like friends now, right? And even Heather's like, yeah, Alexis has to take it down
And
a
Vicky
notch.
keeps drumming on, though. This is toxic. We're
Yeah.
women of faith. We all believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay, what?
What? And then Emily's like, now can you cut She's like, that's rich. She's like, now can you cut to the flashbacks? Vicky being non-Christ-like, whatever the heck she said. Like Vicky being disgusting.
Vicky says this is toxic, and then Emily mocks Vicky, telling the ladies they are disgusting, and then it flashes back to Vicky's disgusting behavior.
Oh my God, right.
So
She's
that
like,
was really funny.
Show that. And then Emily was like, we're all going to be good Christians. We're going to love each other and buy her insurance, and I'm here for it.
And then Emily and Heather have this side conversation again about saying Shannon looks really amazing.
Right. They're still on the facelift. Like,
They're
who
still on
cares
the
if it's
facelift.
$65,000?
Yeah.
Come
so
on.
That was a fun fight.
That was fun. The dinner was fun.
Yeah. But it was funny when, like Vicky's leaving and Tamra's like, I love you. And
Oh, right. She's like, I love you.
like, I'm out of here.
And then Vicky didn't even turn around and say, I've never seen a bigger love-hate relationship.
Oh, my God.
And then she did also pull her over and be like, it wasn't you. I backed out of Tres Amigas. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was all because of the drinking and blah, blah, blah. Listen.
Yeah. So I think
Shannon,
Tamra and Vicky actually have a real love for each other.
I think they do.
Could I see them making
They have
amends?
fun. They like to.
I
yes.
don't know about her and Tamra and Shannon.
You know what?
I don't know.
I think so. I think Shannon needs to get out of this toxic Real Housewives.
Yeah.
If she wants any chance at some kind of normalcy.
Yeah,
she
not
needs to go
gonna
meet
have
herself an accountant.
Yeah.
Someone who's got some little money in the bank, who knows how to handle the money.
Yeah.
Who's going to say, no, you can't afford a facelift anymore. No, we can go to the gym. Like, it's a little, random.
Shannon, and she's doing it right now. She just needs a break from any dating, anything.
She just needs to chill out.
Chill out.
Chillax. And also, that's it. And
That's
tonight,
it for
because
now.
we're doing this on a Sunday, we don't normally do it. Tonight's the Rails watch party.
I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll be back.
This will be the
that.
final of the season.
The final
thank
jersey
goodness.
Until it's all put to bed.
Yeah. And
Good
they're not going to
God.
be in the same, the Jersey gals are not going to be in the same room with each other. So it's not going to be
Let
as
it
vicious.
end. No, it's
Let
just
it
going to be.
end.
It's just going to be the other two, going back and forth. So
Yeah, right.
all right, we'll tune in.
So we're going to talk about that on Tuesday.
And
right?
we'll
we will do the
be-
Jersey Rails debriefing. on
And whatever
Tuesday.
else pops up in the verse.
Whatever pops
in
up.
the Bravo reality
Oh,
world.
maybe we'll do some Bachelorette.
Oh, we'll do some Bachelorette.
Yeah.
We'll keep our eye on that. We got to
Okay.
find out what's going on with Jen.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen. I guess we're heading out.
We are heading out.
The living room is shutting down.
Yes.
Until next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.